A mother elephant and her calf are rescued by a rescue team from millions of venomous snakes. In a dry desert region covered with golden sand, the two elephants walk slowly through a rare, shallow stream. The mother elephant's body is covered with black venomous snakes. Each snake coils tightly around her. Her thick skin is entangled with rings of snakes. The baby elephant walks closely beside her, with a few small snakes wrapped around its legs. Snakes crawl over the baby's fragile skin. The mother elephant trudges heavily through the wet sand, her feet sinking deep into the ground with each step. Their weakened state is evident in their dragging movements. The baby follows behind its mother, its little legs inching forward bit by bit. They keep walking, their bodies entangled in venomous snakes. Their trunks move slightly at times, trying to shake the snakes off, but the snakes cling tighter. The number of snakes on them is uncountable. With every step the mother takes, several snakes slip off her skin and fall to the ground, tumbling over the wet sand. Unable to cling on any longer, the mother elephant lets out a deep, prolonged call that echoes through the sandy dunes. The arid, desolate space becomes even more silent. Not far away, an old jeep rolls across the soft sand, leaving long tracks behind. The rescue team sits in the jeep, wearing light brown uniforms, patrolling the desert as usual. Sand and dust swirl around the vehicle. An elderly man holds up binoculars, slowly scanning the area under the sunlight. He adjusts the focus and sees the two elephants. The team quickly agrees on a plan. They decide to move in closer. The jeep speeds up, engine roaring, tires sinking into the sand. It bounces over rough terrain, kicking up dust. They approach the elephants, driving over small dunes with dust trailing behind. When they arrive, the team stops the vehicle, and the dust slowly settles. They step out, carrying medical equipment. Metal cases are opened. They use measuring devices to check the mother elephant first, placing the tools on her skin. Snakes are still crawling around. They then check the baby and record data. The situation doesn't look good. One man uses a satellite phone to make a call. The signal flickers in the desert. A voice comes through the speaker. They report the elephant's condition. At the rescue center, dozens of kilometers away, staff gather around a large screen. The live feed shows the elephants, their skins swarmed with snakes. The team focuses on the screen, pointing at critical areas and discussing a rescue plan. Tension rises in the room. Maps are spread out, and areas are marked. After discussion, the central team begins preparing. They gather necessary tools, organize gear into bags, check medical supplies, bring ropes and nets. Another group, in uniforms and helmets, walks out to a small airstrip and boards a helicopter. The rotors spin slowly, then faster. The engine roars. The helicopter lifts off, heading toward the elephants in distress. The helicopter flies over the desert, sunlight streaming through the windows. Inside, the team sits in rows, continuing their discussions via radio. The engine hums loudly. The blades spin fast. The chopper flies over endless dunes, wind whipping up clouds of sand. Sunlight glints off the windows. The aircraft descends slowly, landing near the elephants. Sand swirls as the blades slow. The rescue team disembarks, their boots sinking into fine sand. They carry equipment and hurry across small dunes. Stopping at a distance to observe. The black snakes are still tightly wrapped around the elephants, crawling across their thick skin. The rescue team exchanges looks, then gets to work. They bring a large iron cage made from sturdy bars and place it on the sand. Each member coordinates, using ropes and nets to lead the mother elephant inside. The baby follows. Their feet sink into the sand. The iron cage slowly closes. The helicopter is called in again. The blades spin loudly as a cable is lowered. It hooks onto the cage. The cage with both elephants is lifted into the air. Suspended mid-air, the helicopter flies them to the rescue center. The journey continues under the scorching sun, with dust swirling below. The shadow of the aircraft glides over the sand. The engine's roar echoes. The cage sways gently in the wind. After crossing a vast desert, the helicopter lands at the rescue center. The cable is released, and the cage touches down, raising dust once more. The door opens. The elephants are guided into a large enclosed pen surrounded by iron fencing. The team enters with large syringes, checking the dosage. Each person carefully injects the mother elephant, then the baby. The medicine is administered. The team watches their reactions. Then they bring large spray tanks and apply a liquid to the mother's body. The fluid drips and soaks into her skin. They spray the baby next. The snakes start writhing. The team begins removing them by hand. The snakes drop to the ground, curling up on the pen floor. More liquid is sprayed, covering the elephants' bodies. They use stiff brushes to scrub the thick skin. Sand and snakes wash away into puddles beneath the elephants. They use another solution next, spraying both elephants again. A chemical scent lingers in the air. They use metal tools to pluck stubborn snakes still clinging on. Some team members wield small flamethrowers, adjusting the flame to gently apply heat to the elephant's skin to drive out snakes hiding in folds. A laser gun is activated. Smoke fills the pen from smoke machines. Water sprays from high-pressure hoses. More snake bodies fall. They lie lifeless all over the pen floor. Once all the snakes are removed, the team brings out large towels to dry the elephants. They carefully wipe the mother elephant's rough skin, soaking up moisture. Then they move on to the calf, gently wiping every part of its body. Towels pass over tiny folds in its skin. They thoroughly inspect wounds on the mother. Applying white gauze from the medical kit, then doing the same for the baby. Every step is done with care. They use more gauze to secure each bandage on the elephant's gray skin. The white gauze stands out. They bring hay from storage, stacking it into a large pile in front of the elephants. The mother bends down, wrapping her trunk around the hay to eat. The baby begins to nibble beside her. The rescue team stands around the pen, gently patting the elephant's thick skin. Hands run over their bodies, checking thoroughly to ensure no wounds were made. When everything is ready, the team leads the elephants back into the large iron cage. The mother enters first, followed by the baby, their feet sinking into the floor. The cage door closes with a metallic clang. The helicopter is called once more. The engine roars from afar. The cable is lowered, hooks onto the cage. The helicopter lifts it into the air again. The cage sways slightly in the wind as the return journey begins. The helicopter flies back over the vast desert, the sunlight fading, shadows slowly covering the dunes. The old landscape comes into view. The aircraft descends. The rotors slow, sand swirling as it lands. The cage is lowered. The cable is detached. The door opens. The mother elephant steps out first, her heavy steps pressing into familiar soil. The baby follows slowly, its tiny feet inching forward. The two elephants move gently through the sand, blending back into the vast wilderness. The helicopter takes off one last time. The engine fades into the distance. The rescue team watches from the aircraft as the elephants disappear into the landscape. The helicopter departs, leaving them in their old homeland.